Hello folks, welcome back to another JB's Comic Review. Today we're going to be going through Monkey Prince number 2, which is from back in May of 2022. I read issue 1, I don't know, a week or something, maybe a couple weeks ago. It's on here on the channel. Gave it a thumbs up. I liked issue 1. This is a 4-part series, so this was the debut of Monkey Prince in this series. All the issues have been written by Chang, who's done a pretty good job so far, I think. I've got really no complaints with his writing. And the cover on all the issues, as well as the book art's by Chang, who's really doing a kick-ass job. I really like his covers. I really like his art. So yeah, without further ado, so this issue, we start off continuing from the last issue. Monkey Prince's head he was decapitated on accident by Batman. So his head's bouncing around. He's still talking to Batman. And Batman tells Robin to get the head and Batman will worry about the body. So we see Riz is there. He's still freaking out about the situation with Batman showing up and this monkey guy attacking him. And Mr. Zoo also shows up in his Pigsy form, which is what a goofy Shifu Pigsy, what a weird character name, and asks him for the lacrosse stick he's holding for whatever reason. So he's for some reason decides to ask Riz to give up his lacrosse stick in the midst of this battle going on. So Robin's currently arguing with Monkey Prince's head, who ends up biting his finger, which leads to Robin drop kicking it across the room. So here you can see the graphic of that. Let me zoom it. So, are you still talking? Put me down. You costumed freak. Boom. And he bites his finger and then Robin punts him. He punts old Monkey Prince's head right on across the room, which is kind of funny. So, yeah, so a little bit of comedy, a little bit of fun, but look at the art. I mean, I like the art. I think it's drawn pretty well, and I've got no complaints about that art. So, this happens. Batman's like, what the hell? But he's still occupied fighting the torso or the headless torso of Monkey Prince, so they can both sort of work independently. Mr. Zoo ends up catching the drop-kicked head with the lacrosse stick. So the net on the end. So I guess we know why he was asking for the stick. He then informs Monkey Prince that it's best not to succumb to his fear, even though he's around Batman, who wigs him the hell out. Otherwise, he'll change back into human form. And unlike his magical monkey form, his human form can't survive with his torso and his head not attached to each other, which I guess we all kind of know. So Pigsy and Robin get into a skirmish. They start fighting over the head. Batman finally has the torso subdued. He's kind of got it wrapped up to a point that he's cutting off circulation or air that the head can feel. So Batman's choking out the body and the head itself can sense it and feels like he can't breathe. So that's an interesting connection, that even though the two aren't attached right now, they both have some sort of shared experiences that they're able to go through together. So Pigsy happens to get the head and torso together. Finally, he casts a spell which pushes Batman and Robin back. So he's able to get the head. You can see he's got the torso right there that's all wrapped up by Batman. He's got the head under his arm like a football. And then he casts a gust of wind from immortal porcine ears, which blow back both Batman and Robin. Again, another example of the great artwork in this book. That's really good looking art. So he pushes him back. This gives him enough time to slap the head back onto the torso. And then he takes off with Monkey Prince in his arms on one of his little burp / fart / whatever it is, clouds, leaving Batman and Robin sort of dazed and confused. So what's funny is I say I'm enjoying this story, but it is kind of cheesy. You know, he's got burp clouds. The guy's named Shifu Pigsy. So it's not the most adult shit out there, but it's still it's enjoyable. I enjoy it. So they take off. Batman and Robin are left behind, and then we get a scene change. So we're in the Iceberg Lounge now, which is a Gotham nightclub in the Penguin's headquarters. Marcus's parents are here, so they're looking for the Penguin with some ideas about what went wrong with the machine last issue. So last issue, they used this machine to try to bring a demon out of a gourd, and they sort of have an idea, and they're here to talk to Penguin about it. So they start to spot a bunch of dried out corpses. So they know some shit's wrong. Then they think they spot the Penguin as they hear one of his squawks sort of around the corner or somewhere not quite in their vicinity. And then boom, we see that the Penguin is here, but it's not the Penguin any longer. So we get our sort of demi-goblin version of the Penguin here, who's got his big G-Money chain around his neck. And we could see that he has he's taken the life force, or the QI, I guess that's how you pronounce that, but he still has some sort of a thirst that he can't quite quench. But here you can see he's actually sucking the life force out of, probably one of his minions at the office here. So he's just killing everybody trying to quench his demonic thirst that he has going on. So you can see Mom and Pop's back here sort of gasping, not sure what's going on. So they see this, they bolt the hell out, and we get another scene change. So now we're back. Pigsy and Monkey Prince are just chilling on a cloud somewhere. Monkey Prince looks pretty human now. So if I look back, we can see that while he was headless and sort of in his fearful state, he slowly started losing the features, his monkey-ish features, which I guess makes sense when Mr. Zhu told him, hey, don't freak out too much because you'll go back into a human form and then you'll be fucked. So you sort of see that represented. I didn't really pay attention until I flipped back a few pages and noticed that, yes, his features were slowly changing, and now he's back in his full human form. So they get into an argument. Mr. Zhu warns him that he needs to control his fear and tells him again that a major threat's on the way. So Marcus, aka the Monkey Prince, needs to be prepared for that. And Marcus doesn't want anything to do with that. He ends up throwing the circlet off his head at Mr. Zhu, who says, hey, it's not that easy. This circlet will find its way back to you. It's sort of part of your destiny. So you can throw it at me and get away and try to get rid of it, but it's not going to last for long. Then, Marcus is done. He realizes, hey, we're up here in the fucking sky and I can't get off this cloud by myself in human form. So he asks Miss Pigsy for a ride home. So then we get another scene change. We're at the Shugel Shin house, so Marcus's parents' house. The family's having dinner. Marcus is sort of pondering the day's events. And we learn that his parents are indeed freelance scientists. So they're not really employed by the Penguin. So they're not necessarily bad guys, but they're kind of working in a freelance capacity for bad guys. So we've got a little gray area there. And then we also see that Marcus is thankful for being adopted by these two, realizing that the Monkey King is his true father, that these two are just, his adopted parents. But regardless, he's still appreciative of that. We get another scene change. There's a bat symbol in the sky, and then we spot, Batman and Robin and the Commissioner down in the Gotham sewers. The Commissioner's showing the dynamic duo a pile of corpses, and they look to be similar to the corpses that Mom and Pop saw, which are being caused by the Penguin just sort of sucking this life force out of everyone. So, another scene change. Marcus is waking up for the day. He feels pretty well rested. He hops in the shower, and he's startled to notice that the circlet has made its way back to him overnight. So the circlet that used to be on his head that he threw at old Mr. Zhu is now back, and it's wrapped around his chest, sort of as I don't know what the heck that is, some sort of a bra or a harness around there. So he freaks the hell out. He realizes, hey, this thing's back, but I guess there isn't a whole hell of a lot he can do about it right now. So we get another scene change. We're at school. Marcus is looking for Mr. Zhu without any luck. Kaya spots him and introduces him to Damian Wayne, who says he's the school reporter, aka Robin, who he's been scrapping with. Damian presses him on the school incident. So the pool incident last issue, that apparently they have cameras that said he was spotted jumping in the pool, and then a monkey man jumping out, and then him exiting afterwards. And this is confusing because Marcus knows that, he was the actual one that jumped out as a monkey, but Damian shows him the footage, which shows somebody, Damian chilling, or Marcus chilling by the water, and some other person being the monkey. So at least the gig isn't up. It doesn't sound like Damian knows that Marcus is the monkey prince, but Marcus also doesn't really know what the hell happened because this footage doesn't really make much sense. We're told this time Damian's actually a freshman in high school, so pretty young, Batman's son. He gets a call and then has to go. So Damian, looks like Pops calls him on the watch and he gets the hell out of there. Marcus and Kaya chat a little bit more, then she takes off. And then all of a sudden, the burp clouds show up around Marcus again. And he sort of thinks he wishes they would go bother somebody else, quote, like the D-bag Riz, and then tries to sort of blow him his way. And then this time the clouds actually listen. So the clouds he blows over towards Riz. Riz starts freaking out, running down the hall, trying to get the clouds to go away. Everybody's laughing at him, and they make sort of a marijuana comment. Check out Riz, 420 on campus again. You blowing smoke? You blowing trees, bro? So, yeah, kind of funny. So, Damian spots this while he's on the phone with his dad, and he notices the clouds look just like the ones that they spotted when they were fighting the previous day with Batman. And Damian tells Pops he's got a lead. So, next up, Marcus runs into Mr. Zhu in his human form. He tells Marcus he covered for him yesterday, and that one of Mr. Zhu's abilities is to shapeshift. So Marcus asks Mr. Zhu to get the circlet off his chest. He says it's chafing him. And then Mr. Zhu says the circlet can be worn really anywhere he wishes. It just can't be removed. So, and then we see the circlet sort of randomly move around to different locations of Monkey Prince's body. Mr. Zhu says a couple words, then the circlet actually tightens on Marcus's head, and he comments that it's hurting. Mr. Zhu tells him if he can snatch the red card from his hand, that he'll loosen it. But he first needs to transform into his other form by using the Chinese word bian, I guess, B-I-A-N, which means transform, apparently. And this time they give us a translation. So in the previous issue, I had to use Google Translate on shit like this to figure out what that actually meant. But here they sort of tell you in the notes that bian is actually transform in Chinese. So let's play a game, Marcus. If you could take this red envelope from me, I'll loosen your circlet. Get in your monkey form. How? Just say the word beyond. All right, there we go. So he says the word, transforms to his monkey form. Then we get a full page splash that says "Enter the Monkey" Part 2 of 4. So here we are, damn near the end of the issue, and we're finally getting the title. I guess it's all right, but you kind of usually expect that at the beginning, but whatever. So scene change. We're now back at the Iceberg Lounge. The demo penguin is struggling with his appetite. He's been trying to take the Qi from life force from humans, but he still remains hungry. He's interrupted by two servants of the great ruler of the flame planet. Never seen these dudes before. Maybe they've been around in DC Comics I don't know of. I don't know who the fucking great ruler of the flame planet is, but they're kind of interesting looking. One's green, one's blue. They're clearly not humans. Here's a picture of them.
So, sir, our master wishes to offer advice.
Who are you, Squawk? And then we get, so they're kind of interesting looking dudes. Little short guys. They got some funky little garb on the bottom. I don't know why they're such varying in colors, even though they sort of have the same head shape, teeth, everything. Servants of the great ruler of the flame. Watch carefully. So they use this little orb deal here, which manifests the actual great ruler. So he's able to communicate with the penguin, and he refers to the penguin as the golden horned penguin and tells him that this form he's in, he created that shit. And now the penguin, to the penguin, he's now his master. So the penguin now has a new boss, apparently, who is the great ruler. So, and he tells him that the hunger that he's feeling, you know, when he's trying to take this life force from everyone, can only be subdued by consuming the force of a saint or a hero. Which leads us up to Batman, or Penguin then immediately sets his sights on his old arch nemesis, Batman. Who's better to feed off of life force wise if you need a saint or a hero than Batman? And the issue ends. So that's it. So a few things went on. I guess the story's kind of unfolding a little bit more. 2 more issues to go, and we'll see how the old Enter the Monkey wraps up. Sounds like the Penguin, Batman, Robin, Monkey Prince, maybe some Riz, as well as whoever the old great ruler is, are going to be getting into some action in the next couple issues. So overall, I give this one a thumbs up. You know, I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. The art was good. The writing was pretty good. You know, it's a little cheesy, but new character. But I like it. You know, I definitely don't mind this issue one bit. So definitely pick it up if you get a chance. Monkey Prince #2. Keep it real.